Welcome back to the channel. Farrell, next up we are heading out of Tirana and going to Berat. It's a UNESCO heritage town and it has been inhabited for over 2,400 years. It sounds amazing, and we're getting this bus right behind, costs 500 lek and should take about 3 hours. But this is probably one of the most picturesque bus stations that I've been to. Look at the mountains in the background. It's a great day as well. You can see everything. So this is the North and South bus terminal. I don't know why it's called North and South. And it's in like the northwest part. They're building a new bus station at the moment. It's quite a lot of disorder, but it was easy enough to find. There was a group of guys, just tell them where you're going and they'll direct you. And I already looked at the prices online and they were honest as well. So it leaves every half an hour and costs 500 lek, which is what they told me as well. So there's bus stations to Saranda, Tirana, well, it's coming back to Tirana, Fier, Kruji. So there's a lot of places I don't even recognize from the map. So you can go to everywhere in Albania from this bus station. Berat also used to be known as the city of churches. There were over 40 in this small town. Not anymore. It's now known as the city of 1,000 windows. And when we get there, you'll see why. The ride to Berat was a lot faster than I thought. It's probably taken about 2 hours. And my first impression, it is an amazing little town. As you just saw, we're surrounded by the tallest mountain in Albania, Tomore. I don't know how to say it. It's snow-capped in spring. There's hundreds of windows that look out over Berat, and that's why it's called the City of 1,000 Windows. So it might be hard to see because it's still a little bright, but they still have like Christmas lights now. I don't know if it's Christmas lights because it's well and truly past Christmas. It's early March, so it gives it a better vibe. So this is one of the main streets of Berat. So we're walking to our accommodation, then we'll head to the river area where they have an amazing looking bridge, and then we'll be able to see all the windows that look over Berat. So there's nothing better than coming to a new town, a new city, and instantly just feeling like you're going to love it. That's how I feel about Berat. So here we're just walking along the riverside. So there's a main street that goes past the river, and here it's a pedestrianised street. We've got many different restaurants and cafes, and then straight ahead are houses built onto the mountain, and they've lit up like the windows so you can see probably at least 100 windows here. Now, that's not the only part. There's, I think, some on the other side, and we're surrounded, I believe, by all these types of buildings in the mountain. And we've just got some amazing architecture. Like, there's like a little mosque here, and Albania is one of the rare countries where many different religions work well together. So there's a lot of Muslims, there's a lot of Catholics or Christians. I think there's Orthodox as well, and they all work well together. So here we got a nice bridge. Now this is not even the best bridge in Berat. We're going to head to that now. But Berat, it was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008 because it's one of the best preserved Ottoman towns in the Balkans. And I can definitely see that. And Albania was one of the only countries during World War II where the population of Jews increased. And that's because, all over Albania and Berat especially, a lot of the locals hid and took refuge, many of the Jewish people, and hid them from the Nazis and everyone that was trying to round them up. Here we've got a lit up suspension bridge. It stands out so much. So the more interesting and beautiful looking bridge is just down here, but it's not lit up as much as this one. And the river's quite low. It's like separated. There's like a big dry patch in the middle, or maybe it's an island, but it's definitely not as full as it would be. So here we've got another, on the opposite side of the river, the houses and buildings go up the hills, and you can see all the windows. It's not lit up as much as on this side though. Berat does have public buses. Google Maps says they don't exist, but websites say it. We were lucky enough, our bus took us all the way into the city center, but a lot of buses apparently stop on the outskirts at the bus station, and then it'd be a 45-minute walk here unless you get a taxi. But now I finally saw a bus. You can also get a bus from the bus station to the city center if your bus from Tirana or wherever doesn't take you into the city center. Ours dropped us off like 100 meters away from our accommodation, so it was amazing and so convenient. We're gonna go to Berat Castle tomorrow, but later in the video, so stick around to see this amazing looking castle here in Berat. Now, whilst you're waiting for the castle, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And here we are at Gorica Bridge. So Gorica Bridge has 5 arches, or well, there's a 6th one, so I don't know, say 5 main arches. And it was originally built of wood in 1780, and then they reconstructed it with stone in the 1920s. And it connects this side of Berat, which is obviously a little bit quieter. There's not as many lights and I can't see much happening, with the main part of Berat, which we've just come from. Now, they've got like these little doorways and windows. So here, I don't know what the doorways and windows are for. Maybe it's just to make it look more interesting and more beautiful and lit up better. And then at the other end, you can see the suspension bridge lit up, which we just passed. It would be nice if they had some little bars or cafes along this part where you can enjoy music, like in Feng Huang, enjoy looking at the bridge and the sound of the river. But maybe it's probably for the best. It doesn't ruin the atmosphere of Gorica Bridge. And here we're going on to Gorica Bridge. So I think bicycles are allowed on here, but it's pedestrianized apart from that. Some nice, like, old-fashioned lampposts. Now, I don't exactly know how to describe it, but it gives me a very European feel here, but also mixed with Turkish. I guess that's the Ottoman, Byzantine Empire influence. It feels like a small version of Prague, maybe. Like this bridge reminds me of like Charles Bridge, but then you've got like the buildings going up on the hill. It's such a unique mixture of different cultures and all the history. So we're walking through the little laneways, uphill a little bit, and then see, it's very quiet on this side. Now, it's a little cold as well, maybe because it's still, well, I guess winter's just finished, so it's not the main time of the year for tourists here. This side as well isn't going to be as busy. But let's go through here and look at these amazing laneways that we have all to ourselves. This is incredible. Where could you go somewhere in Europe and have amazing old lanes like this? So beautiful, but then no people. Nowhere, I think. And yet here we have this whole place to ourselves. Look at these stairs. We're doing it for you. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Oh, made a friend. It's already hopping up on me. It's so cute. It's like, do you want to come back to Italy? Oh, look, it's following me. I'm sorry. I can't take you with me. And you can see how much brighter and larger the other side is, being the main part. And up on the top here, it's hard to see, but you've got the Albanian flag with like it kind of lit up. And you've got that lit up church here. And then you've got a mosque here. And then Gorica Bridge here. And here we are walking along the suspension bridge which we saw, and with these lights it looks amazing. And then I can't find what it is, but we've got this awesome looking building here. I would have guessed that it's going to be like a parliament building, but I don't know. I don't think Berat's big enough for something that majestic. Good morning. It's the next day here in Berat, and we're heading to Berat Castle. And with the sun shining, it looks even more incredible. Look at these. So we saw them last night. They were lit up, and I think it looks even better during the day. So we're about a 20-minute walk from the castle. Gonna head there now. Apparently it's open 24 hours a day, so you can visit anytime, and it is still a living fortress. So there's 200 to 300 people that still live at the castle. The castle's going to be a bit of a walk up because it's 260 meters above the river we saw last night. So some nice early morning exercise. It's 7:30 in the morning here, but it's already quite busy. There's a lot of people walking around. It's getting so incredibly steep on the walk up. Now, it might be hard to see, but Google Maps says it's a 22-minute walk uphill to the castle, whereas it's only 16 minutes on the way back. So it's like 50% longer nearly than walking downhill. So it just, hopefully that also gives you an idea of how steep it is. We have made it. The gate to the castle is not very grand, but I like this big square tower, and there's a cannon poking out through this little window. But it's only a small gate. Okay, here is a map, and they've got a list of 11 things that you can see. Number 1, the entrance. Then you've got a cathedral, a church, a church, a church, a church, a mosque, a citadel, another mosque, church, the walls, a church, church, church. So there's 8 or 9 churches still. So there used to be 40, remember, back in the past, and this is not massive, but there's still 9 churches. Incredible. So we're able to climb up to the top of the gate we just walked through. And I love this. No railings, just your own responsibility. If you fall over, you deserve it. Wow, you can walk all the way across. I wonder if you can walk the whole way around the walls. Although we can't, it doesn't join up. We would have to come up from down there. But the views. And during winter, this would all have snow. We saw Albania's tallest mountain still has snow. So this is looking inside the castle. So there are so many more houses than I imagined. I was thinking it'd be one big building like a traditional castle. But I think it's just a town inside fortified walls. More interesting, I think. Here we are in the narrow lanes of Berat Castle. It's very quiet, of course, at this time of the day. The sun is shining. Maybe somewhere birds are chirping. What are we going to find except for many, many churches? Here we got one man having his first cigarette of the day. It's not very kept. It's quite overgrown. Maybe it's because winter has just finished and they'll do it to set up for the tourists that will be coming in the next couple of months once the weather's warmer. Or maybe it's just always like this. Like there's a lot of rubbish here. So maybe it's not because of the time of year. Even though there are 200 to 300 people still living here, there seems to be many, many abandoned homes, buildings. So I wonder what the population could be if everything was in use. And it looks like there's quite a few hotels or homestays here. So people are able to stay here overnight if you want to experience life in a 2,400-year-old castle. Now we're about to walk into the Berat acropolis that dates back to the 13th century. So this was designed based on the layout of the castle, so it's going to be quite similar. There was 6 towers. Inside we've got some mosques, and then this is going to look at the other side. So we came in from the east, I think, and we're going to be looking out towards the west. Here we got the White Mosque. I don't know how much is left of it, and I think it was built in the 15th century. Unless that was the entrance, but it was locked. So maybe you can't go in the White Mosque, unfortunately, so it doesn't seem like it's in use. Yeah, so it looks like we're on top of the White Mosque. Yeah, and then you look out over more of the acropolis. Oh, you can climb up here and get slightly higher. Wow, it's such a small spiral staircase. Oh, here we go. Wow, look at it. You can see the river snakes all the way along here. And here behind us we've got the tallest mountain in Albania. Now, with the sun glare it's hard to see, but there is quite a bit of snow still remaining. This must be like one layer of walls, because to my surprise it's gone even further. Oh my god, there must be horses or donkeys or something that come up here. But look at this little church. This looks like a cool one, and still incredibly intact. Look at it, it's so nice, this church, but it looks like it's been boarded up. So these 2 doors are blackened and blocked. So this is the Church of the Holy Trinity. I have not seen a style of church like this. Can we go in this way? No, it's locked up. So sad, can't see inside of it. Let's go down the water system. Apparently there's a species of bat that has not been studied much yet, so hopefully I don't get coronavirus. Oh no, gonna start another pandemic. Wow, it doesn't look sturdy, this bit of rock here. Oh my god, it is huge. Look at it. Wow. So they've got the hole where the water would fall in when it's raining. It's quite empty now. And you can go down there, but look how old these stairs look. Like, it's concrete, so it would be fine. Can't see any bats, so the world is safe for a little bit longer. Now here I thought it was going to be like a watchtower or something like that, but it's actually a minaret. So this is all that remains of the Red Mosque. So it was built, they think, in 1417, once the Ottomans, I think, or Byzantines or something, took over the castle. But the actual mosque itself no longer exists, and just this little minaret. The castle is quite narrow. You can easily see both sides of the hill very easily. It is quite long. I guess that's where most of the distance comes from. Like, as I said, the walls are apparently 1.4 kilometers long. I would have thought there's more walls than that, because we've been walking straight down the top of the mountain for a while. But here we've just got another abandoned building. Maybe, I wonder if they're going to renovate it, or a lot of the buildings here are just in total disrepair. Oh, we got a sign here. So this was probably maybe another church, since nearly everything up here is a church. Yeah, we got some crosses. Yeah, Church of St. George. But as you can see, nothing now. So straight ahead through the trees is that massive flag I saw last night. So we're gonna head down there and then we should have an amazing view of the old town of Berat. Look at this cute little van, and it's called Dum Dum. So small. Okay, here we are at the massive Albanian flag, and it's going to give an incredible view. I wish it was a bit clearer today. It's quite foggy, or there's a lot of glare from the snow from these mountains as well. So here is the viewpoint, the best viewpoint in Berat, surely. So straight here we have Gorica Bridge, the best bridge in Berat, which we walked across last night. And then we walked through this quieter part. So I think we would have went somewhere through the middle and came out here. And then we crossed the suspension bridge. And here you've got the walking street. And then this is the main street, and I'm staying somewhere around here. So you can see the massive island in the middle of the river. We've got the back of the houses that form all the windows looking. But here maybe you can see the hundreds of windows that are facing to the other side of the river. So that brings an end to our short trip to Berat, but it was amazing. It is so much better than Tirana. Definitely come here if you can. It's very easy to get here, very cheap, and I will see you at the next stop. Bye for now. Meow. Okay, goodbye. See you at the next stop.